Hey, what's up, y'all? My name's Lou Bennett. I'm a videographer based in North Carolina. Today, I'm reacting to Lil Tjay's "Move On" music video. And today, for the first time, I have a guest, Noah.
Hey, what's up going on, guys? Noah, also known as NJC Visuals, also known as Noah the Director on YouTube. And I'm here reacting with my guy. First piece of YouTube content in a while, and we hope to kind of continue from this and use this as a little starting point. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. Let's react. This is my first time watching this particular video, along with all the other videos coming up as well. So I'm excited to see what the raw reactions are with everything going on.
I'm ready to get right into it. You?
Yeah, let's do it. They really centered around using the movie theater, and they played off of that. I actually did something similar to this.
Yeah.
We shot a music video, and basically, you know, the guy and the girl sit down in the living room and they're watching television or Netflix, and every time they're switching channels, he's in a different movie reference as well. So we actually did something very similar to this. Obviously not at this level just yet, but I see what they're going for sure. I see it. It's not too extravagant, but I feel like it's enough to be entertaining.
It is. I'm really liking what they did here. I'm guessing that was either a jib shot or just a tilt on a large a setup. They kind of favor a lot of wide angles here, which I can really appreciate, especially though some of those. Not so much here. No, that could be.
No, that's pretty close. I like that shot. That shot
I love
stood
that
out
one.
to me. Yeah, because they've got people passing in front and behind them.
The blocking here I really enjoy from the director.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm not sure who the focus puller is, but he did a damn good job too. I'm guessing they have this on a track too.
Yeah, that's got to be, I don't know, what focal length do you think that is? That's got at least an 85 for sure. I mean, if you know, maybe close to 100.
Yeah, that's that focal.
It's a pretty close shot.
The depth of field too. So, ooh.
Yeah.
Actually, I know the DP from this, Franklin. I met him on Mez's music video, Southside Mez. I was a PA on that. He's a really cool guy. He knows what he's doing. So I'm guessing if he's on here, it's an Airy, because he owns an Airy Mini himself. So I know he loves shooting on that.
Okay.
Or at least I've seen him mostly shooting on it.
Now, if you go back to the shot when he's in the booth,
yeah,
he's actually, it looks like, scrub through a little bit, like let it play out for a second. I think the lights, those tube lights up there may be the same lights I've got behind me. They may be using either Quasar lights or Astera tube lights.
Oh yeah.
So just a nice little reference.
Yeah,
there. That's what's up.
It's Astera. If you look on it, you see the white kind of back. I think you even see. That's funny. They even have the C-stand clamps on it.
I see the little mount at the end too.
Yeah, a little C mount. Yeah, those are probably. I'm gonna guess Titan. I guess they have a little bit of diffusion on there too. It looks like they kind of keep the back from being so. You know, kind of have that depth of field and make sure the back is well lit, but not as well lit as the subject. It looks like, yeah, that's a little bit of black tape. It looks like not black tape, but just black diffuser.
The only thing I would say that I would have wanted to see a little bit more was maybe a little bit more of the actual movie theater environment, not just the actual private dark room. You know, maybe I wanted to see another shot of whether it's a performance with TJ or just another shot of the initial girl and her boyfriend at the time before she meets little TJ. You know, anything more in the movie theater to set the tone a little bit more, like more of those neon lights you see coming off that popcorn machine or anything like that. But besides that, I mean, pretty well executed for sure.
Yeah.
I like how they incorporated the design on his pants, and they've got some reflections captured on camera, and some looks like they may have added some of those.
Oh yeah, definitely some of it was post-production.
Yeah.
I really like the incorporation of the old film in there. Like, it has them going through most of the jobs here, and like like you said earlier, like the use of the old film tropes is always good. I wonder, do they? Oh shit! I'll have to cut that out so no one sees. Kind of get the New York old effect. They even had like the old smoke rising. I love that. Yeah. Now, obviously, they did this. They didn't actually have this practically showing. I'm assuming they just digitally. You can kind of see how sharp that is on the edges. That doesn't happen.
And you can see how fuzzy their hair is, even though they probably are out of focus. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, they're rotoscoped out. That's as simple as that. And honestly, that's the way to do it. It's awesome to do everything practical, but it's not always practical, you know? Like that, you would have to make that work, you would either have to digitally put it on there, you know, set that up, and then you have to deal with the light from that. Nah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to deal with that. I'd do the same thing. I really like the set design and the color design here and how they lit this. So I'm guessing they probably put a 20K up on a C-stand and had that kind of bust down, like where the screen would be, shining down. Because you can see how motivated it is and where the shadow's coming from.
Yeah.
And then like, like that little sparkle right there, that's post-production. Although it looks like they have some type of filtration, maybe not not like a softening filter, maybe like what was it?
Yeah,
the Black Magic
Black
Hollywood.
Pro Mist?
Yes, exactly what I'm talking about. I actually have one around here somewhere. Not the same one. I have the Dream Effects filter from
I love using the Pro Mist or anything similar because even in low light situations, even if it's something like really weak, it just brings those blacks up. So, you know, it's not, you know, super dark or super crushed or anything.
Yeah, and I love how it can make sure it can soften like actual practical lighting in the background too. Which helps out so much if you're doing it in a really well lit, like heavily lit environment. I did it in front of a in front of a car wash for a music video I did with RJ2K. There'll be a little tag up there showing it. And same there'll be a tag up there for the music video he mentioned earlier, Noah mentioned. I felt like it really sold it. Also the way smoke looks on it, which I'm assuming from the way the shot looks, they have a bit of hazer. They have a hazer on set.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a guess, though.
This shot, I imagine, must have been a little difficult for them with those reflections in that glass.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, they maybe had to pick a particular angle. You know, there's always something like that on sets, whether it's a film or a music video set. There's always something to do with location or, you know, that you've got to kind of work around.
I would definitely, because there's lights, if it's on a, depending on what model camera, there could also be lights on that. And I'm guessing they just took some electrical tape or gaffer tape and put it over the lights. I've had an issue where light from my own camera, just like the red lights from the recording, leaked into the shot somehow. But it kind of looked cool, so I kept it.
Yeah.
It did a good job. I love the bokeh out of focus reflection of the lights.
Yeah,
in the
it looks
background.
like is this on the street? Is this like out like where the actual theater is, or is this something separate? Because I know
this could be in a sound stage, but if you look
they showed
right
an establishing shot of the actual theater.
They did. Oh, if you look right there though, you can kind of see like actual business. So they probably shot on location for this.
Yeah.
I could just
Go back to the very beginning. I want to see that theater again.
Oh, the that's great.
I'm just curious, when they're shooting up close, are they directing like foot traffic out the way? Is it blocked off? Are those people actual extras, or are they just got sneaky, moved the camera a little bit far back and try to be inconspicuous?
Well, see, then we come into, I'm pretty sure this is in LA or Vegas. I can't tell where. I can look it up. So each state has different laws. Like, we're based in North Carolina. The film laws here are very lenient, especially with just having random people in the background.
Plus, people aren't used to it too, so.
That too. Now in New York, LA, and all that, you have to have more regulations. However, if you notice, like, it looks like those three people right there are kind of like youngest looking. It could have been as simple as like, yo, we need extras, pop out at this location, and boom, you know what I mean? TJ's got that kind of pull, and then the director can easily put out a message and just get a bunch of extras in. But they could easily, this looks really natural. So if it wasn't natural, very good blocking. And if it is natural, then it worked out perfectly. I love the practicals they got here, and they didn't just stop at the one. They actually went on all three sides with the move on starring Lil Tjay. Yeah.
Now I've got to think, maybe those letters could have been added post. That definitely could have been added post for sure.
They could have absolutely done that.
Depending on how much access.
But if you look right there, you see how it reflects the light a little bit.
Yeah.
From a street light, and also all it is sliding letters on. You know. Yeah. So I never worked at a movie theater, but you know, I'm literally pulling that thing out of my ass from Inglourious Bastards. When that woman was
I have yet to finish that movie. I feel like I'm uncultured, bro.
You need to watch it. You need to watch that.
I tried to watch it. I sat down with my mom, and it just was not interesting enough, and I felt like she didn't want to watch it, so we kind of just skipped it.
Tarantino's good. He's good. Also, can we talk about the amazing practicals of the Christmas lights right there?
Oh yeah, whether that was luck or planned, that's pretty good. Just add some interest.
What else we got here?
I like it. It's pretty simple. I mean,
it's simple, but it's executed very well. You can definitely tell there's a good budget.
Yeah.
The shots seem really sharp. Like, it's not like with digital, you get that sharpness, you know? Was it shot on digital, or was this actually shot on film? Because I follow Franklin on Instagram. He did post at one point he was shooting on film. I wonder if this was maybe not.
I imagine he did, or I imagine they shot a lot for the edit.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine they even pre-planned. So they didn't film the entire take in this scene where he's walking through employees. I'm sure they knew which part of the song he would be actually singing that part as well.
That was all figured out pre-production.
Yeah,
it's on the shot list with the timestamps and everything.
Yeah.
And when you bring a budget, you have hours, like I'm guessing at least 50 hours of pre-production went into this, in just terms of shot listing and planning from both the director and the DP on this.
Yeah.
Jesus, some short films can take a half a year into pre-production just to make sure everything goes smoothly when you get into it.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I'll always tell somebody who's interested in filmmaking is, don't be discouraged when things go wrong, because things will go wrong every single
shoot.
time.
I mean, it's a rule almost.
Let's see. I like how they backlit their hair.
Based off the projector. Yeah.
Based off, it's really good motivational lighting right there. I really like that. Actually, I was about to say, like, I kind of wish they had more of it on their heads, but then I realized the way the projector is actually lit, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
That was an interesting transition.
Let me see again. Oh yeah, just some sort of very subtle flash or something similar.
Yeah, it looks like an old film transition, but like very, very subtle.
Yeah. Which
those are becoming very popular. I use them in a lot of my videos, to be honest with you. I feel like that old style, just because I feel like it becomes aesthetic because of how nostalgic it was and how it used to be the standard, and now so much time has passed. Now it's like an aesthetic people kind of chase. But shooting on film, you get amazing skin tones. I would say better than digital's ever been able to recreate at this time. That can change in a year's time, though.
Yeah, I mean, and as far as effects being requested by artists and by anyone in general, a lot of times it may even be how effects. It may not even be how good they look. Maybe just because NBA YoungBoy used a certain effect, now everybody wants that. So that's something that I run into as as a music video director, being full time. People are paying me to shoot these videos, so what they want, has to go for sure. But sometimes the effects that are really popular just don't match the vibe. So I definitely appreciate when effects make sense. They're more on the subtle side, which extreme works too in certain situations. But I definitely appreciate when everything makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, actually, talking about the lighting, I bet you they have another tube up against the other side.
Oh yeah, lighting him up.
Lighting him up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you can see how nice and soft that lighting is. Yeah, that's Astra. That's got to be Titan tubes, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You ever seen those old videos on YouTube trying to copy like the Quasar and Astra tubes?
Oh yeah.
But the flicker's just so bad on them.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I was deep into the old YouTube game.
Hell yeah. I mean, this was just solid, and this would have been a music video that you could have gotten away with a bunch of film effects, but they didn't overuse it. I really like the light here shining down. They really took advantage of the fact he was wearing white shoes.
They're really highlighting those shoes for sure.
Like, if I have a dark background, I love it when my artists wear white. However, if we're in daylight and you're wearing white, I hate you. I always tell my clients, yo, please do not wear a white t-shirt. If you do so, let me know so I can plan ahead with like some diffusion, some flags. I can bounce the light around.
Yeah.
I like complete control over my environments, and sometimes with the budgets, like the low to medium budgets, you don't always get that. So
yeah,
just kind of have to plan ahead. Really like these shots though. I felt like these ones you can just get a whole performance shot. Looks like they either have a dolly setup. I'm guessing there's definitely some glide cam shots here with the Steadicam.
Go back to that wide shot of him sitting in the seat.
Where is that?
Right there, back with the Air Force. Now it looks like maybe something was in the back that they didn't want to see. I imagine maybe something like maybe that wall of the movie theater. Maybe it was just light enough to actually show it, because it looks like they could have easily added just a mask and had it go just straight to black. Mm-hmm. You can see a lot of feathering there, but maybe that just maybe appear like that because it's the bokeh. But yeah, you know,
it's kind of hard. Good thing about with it being soft like that, like earlier on when they were doing the masking for the rotoscope, like it is. You either have to have an amazing editor who is willing to put hours and hours of going pixel by pixel to make a sharp rotoscope, but most of the time, man, you just want to soften it, feather it a little bit, and keep going. And I guess with the softening filter they have on, which I'm assuming they have on, unless they're shooting on film, it just helps sell it. I see what you mean though about the wall.
Yeah.
I was about to say like, yeah, it could have been cut up. If you look up in like the corner, like you see my cursor, right?
Yeah.
Like right here, you can kind of see where like the reflection off. So this could just be very creative lighting right here.
Yeah.
With a little bit of like a mask, a sectioned off with a denoiser on it probably to help like really blur it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's really good.
They probably could have just pumped those key lights super high so that when you expose for it, the back's just like
gone,
crushed. Yeah, gone.
Which I really kind of like how like sectioned off it is, and it gives it an unnatural feeling, and which is it helps separate the performance shot from the story shots.
Yeah, and I like that. I appreciate that a lot, because sometimes I have issues with that for sure. I tried doing a similar thing where we have a story going on, and then we cut to a performance theme in the same location, and it's kind of hard to make a massive difference. You know, so I can appreciate that they pretty much nailed that with him being alone and the lighting being more dramatic. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Also, you got to talk about costume design, how he's dressed much differently, because that's how you really want to sell that, is make him appear differently, almost like I wouldn't say a heavenly or otherworldly figure, but like that would be a good example, like on some R&B videos when all of a sudden like the artist is like in normal clothing, then all of a sudden he's in like an all white suit at the beach type deal.
Yeah.
But just we actually get him messing around with film. Do I?
I like that. That was a creative idea, you know, versus just pressing a play button, you know.
Yeah. Do I? Yep. Right here. My had a film teacher give this to me. It's a piece of film from the Fast and the Furious trailer. I forget which one it's from.
What do you mean? Like cut from the actual film shot?
Just like that. Just like that.
What?
He stole it apparently. So he gives it off to students.
That is clutch.
So honestly, if I were to run this through, it would play for about.
I'm about to say, how many frames is that?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
probably play for
10,
like
11,
half a second.
12. Not even. No, yeah, half a second, 12.
Yeah.
That's funny. He gave me half a second of footage, and they'll get cut off right there. Cool thing about that, what he showed me is, and you can see it on there as well slightly. It's a little out of focus, but like you can even see like the audio tracks on the side.
Oh wow, wow! I did not know that.
Yeah. Film still has its place. Eventually, digital will completely overtake it, though. Oh yeah, they're definitely using a softening filter. Look at that light, that practical in the background.
Yeah, for sure. Very bloomed out.
I will say that's the one thing I felt like I really messed up early on, is the lack of practicals. You know, like you don't need to use practical motivating lighting in music videos because it's a music video. You know, it's not a film. A film, all of a sudden, a random light's like, where that light's coming from? It'll take somebody out of the experience. But for music videos.
Yeah, you can definitely fill a lot of blank spaces in composition for sure.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yeah. I would say maybe another thing as well, looking back, of course, hindsight's 2020, maybe I would have got her first boyfriend, that actor, I would have got him to react it a little bit more exaggerated, so we can kind of tell, okay, he's getting up because maybe this isn't the movie they went to see. You know, versus he just kind of looked at it and got up pretty slow. But then again, he may be a little inexperienced. I mean, you never know the situation for sure, but it's always nice to look back and try and improve something.
Yeah, it always is. But they absolutely did a fantastic job with this video. I mean,
yeah, of course.
The quality here is just the thing about like, especially with new actors, I feel like and it's something I had to learn, especially if you look back at my first reaction videos.
Yeah.
The energy you think you're portraying and giving out, take that and divide that into thirds. You're actually giving only a third of that energy. And that's what appears on camera. If you think you're being like, oh, I was really hyper during that video, you look back at like, I seem kind of normal. We perceive ourselves differently, and then the camera that actually captures us is different. So I always tell actors, especially new actors, like, bro, don't feel like you're going too hard. Just go crazy with it. Like, really exaggerate, get into it. Like, yell if you need to. Don't feel like you're being unrealistic. How you would actually respond is not going to convey really well in film and cinema. Yeah. Because like, look at any dialogue scene in any film or short film, or hell, even music videos with dialogue. People don't actually talk like that. They're not that snippy. There's very few people in the world that are that snippy and that like into like talking. Most of the time, like you can have nowadays you'd be talking on your phone going,
Yeah, especially with someone pretty good,
Exactly. So, and some of it's like, there's a reason dialogue in film's a lot different from normal life, because normal life conversation can be boring as hell.
Yeah.
I like how this one extra is kind of like raising an eyebrow. It looks like I just got that. That's a nice little light leak. I wonder if that could be practical right there, because the way it moves with the actual shot, that lens flare right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they use that with like what are they called, the dilator filters or not, I'm not sure, but they could just be a light giving off from one of the two.
And it looks like in that main performance when he's sitting in the theater, they've got two different color temperature lights, or at least on the right it looks a little bit cooler of a light, on the left it looks a little bit warmer. So I do that as well. I try to practice as much as I can, having, it doesn't have to be a massive difference for sure. But like a lot of time for night exteriors, what I'll do is I'll use like a tungsten key light to act as if it's a street light, so it looks more natural and motivated.
I did the same thing on my short film just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and then maybe I'll have a kicker, straight daylight balanced or colder too, to kind of act it. Maybe kind of mimic the moon in like a low budget sense.
I love what I like to do, and I've done it in a few films and stuff. And I learned this one recently, is using blinds and preferably I'd use my 1000-watt light, my 1K light, and just put that up on a C-stand with a blue filter, because that's a yellow light. So you have a CT filter, I believe it is, gel, and you put that over it, and you can throw a blue one over it. You don't need to, but shining that through a window through blinds, man. I gotta give a shout out to Anthony for showing me that trick, because you can get the lines on the face and everything. It just looks...
I'm about to do a shoot like that just coming up here. It's heavily based off the the whole film noir vibe with the super hard shadows thrown to the blinds and everything. So yeah,
really contrasty.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I mean that may be. I mean, this video is pretty simple. That may be pretty much all there is to talk about, really.
I like the composition. This is a very, very popular composition, right? I want to talk about this before we end it off. It always makes, when you put something in the center frame, either you're drawing attention to it or make it awkward. Comedies love putting, like, in conversations, like, or like really intense, like, altercations, they'll like to do, like, center frame, because it makes the audience uncomfortable, weirdly enough. But they do I can't tell if it's a digital or practical zoom they do here. That's digital. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that could be practical. And if it is practical, that first AC that's pulling focus needs a raise.
I'm about to say, yeah, he's zooming in pretty, unless they're shooting high resolution, that may be practical. That may be something they did on set.
I wonder what they shot on now. The bokeh on all these are circular, so I'm not sure if,
it's always hard to tell on YouTube anyway, so.
Yeah, it always is. But usually, if you want to tell if it's anamorphic or not, you can just look at the bokeh. There's no bokeh on that scene. Great. I don't know. That is kind of oval. This could be anamorphic. We don't have the stereotypical light flares, though, that you get with anamorphic. But we do have the compression and... Yeah, would you say that's oval or nah? I can't really tell.
I mean... I don't know. I mean, best way to find out is definitely what I usually do is go to whoever directed it, go to his Instagram, see if you can find some BTS pics.
Send him a message.
See what kind of lenses they are rocking.
I'm so curious. I'm looking it up right now. I'm just gonna go to the DP's Instagram. I'm gonna put his ad in there too. Just boom, right there. Jesus, that man stays working. That's what's up.
Got to.
Nah, he doesn't have anything popped up yet for it. He just has it on his story, but no like information on it.
Damn.
I feel like I caught like some behind the scenes from when he was actually shooting this, but I just can't remember what he was shooting on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all we can really talk about with this one, unless you want to go over anything.
No. Let's go to the next one.
But yeah, guys, that's it. Overall, this video, I loved it. What do you say, Noah? How would you feel about this video?
Yeah, it's pretty simplistic. I like it. They took another level with actually filming different, movie scenarios, which they actually played on screen, for the actual video. So it's pretty simple. It has versatility. It's well shot, well lit. So I mean, overall, very entertaining piece of video for sure.
I was very impressed with the lighting setup they had for the wides of him in the movie theater by himself.
Yeah, for sure. Composition was great. Lighting was great, for sure.
We didn't even talk about like the zombie scenes with the shotgun.
No, we didn't. That was probably something. Where I mean, they only had to use a few hours to get done, maybe less, for sure. Maybe they were just trying to film some insert shots, but yeah, overall, it was definitely a great video.
That's bold of you to assume it only took a few hours.
Oh, I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows? Maybe they spent 2 days and that was supposed to be a key part, and maybe somebody made a decision along the line. That's the funny thing. Music videos can be changed very, on the fly, in the edit, while shooting.
Exactly.
Someone changes their mind, especially when an artist is creating something with you. It's not
when it
just
gets to the editing bay,
involved.
man, everything can change the minute it gets to an editing bay.
Yeah.
You can think you're shooting a horror, but it turns out to be a comedy,
Yeah.
You don't know until you get on there, and you gotta make sure you tell the best story you can do. But I've also seen a lamp shot take 6 hours, so.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, for sure.
So, but yeah, you guys go ahead, go subscribe to Noah's channel. Go check out his Instagram. He posts some really good stuff, and especially for a filmmaker, man, you can learn a lot from him. Other than that, like and subscribe. Noah, you got any closing remarks?
Nah, if you guys want to, Noah the Director on YouTube. I'm a full-time music video director. If you want to see my work, go to my playlist, go to music videos. I have some behind-the-scenes videos and more YouTube videos coming like this soon. My main social media platform is at njc.visuals. Stands for Not Just a Camera. Like he said, we're based in North Carolina. I pretty much shoot at least three music videos a week, so this is pretty much my life right now. But if you want to check it out, that's those 2 places to go. And if not, we will see you guys in the next one, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, for sure.
And the haters that can blow me and shots out to a world and system. You won't see control me. Blogs that show me love and friends who love what we does. Everyone who sees us hitting the top before it comes.
You're no hero, so don't act like it.